So, PlayStation Plus changed, and now those of us with PS Plus Extra and Premium have a second bunch of games to look forward to each month. Unlike the essential games we receive, the extra games rotate in and out of the collection. So in future, I'll be sure to let you know which ones are leaving the catalogue too. So let's do this. July 2022, the first ever extra update. The headline act is Stray, coming on July 19th. We play as a cat lost in a mysterious forgotten city, filled with humanoid machines. We are trying to get back to our family and must solve puzzles along the way. As we're a cat, we can fit into places a human cannot, but simple tasks that you and I take for granted take a little bit more effort when you're a cat. On top of puzzle solving, there is a focus on platforming and escaping these critters. We'll be given new skills along the way, such as this light beam which annihilates those pesky bugs. Stray is brand spanking new and is yours on July 19th. Oh, and legend has it, we'll need to meow 100 times for a trophy. Next, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. This includes the Yuffie DLC known as Intermission. Remake tells the story of the original 1997 game, but it's now clear the direction changes and a new adventure unfolds. For example, Yuffie has a side story telling us how this ninja became one of the main cast, stealing Midgar's materia. If none of that made any sense at all to you, then rest assured the gameplay is good enough to keep you playing. A blend of real-time combat which builds up an ATB meter which then lets us unleash real attacks. One of the most impressive elements is the switching seamlessly between other characters in the group and chaining your attacks together. Reviewers promise us both the story and gameplay are magnificent, with an average score of 9 out of 10. Did you know? The new Saints Row game releases next month, a soft reboot of the series. To whet our appetites, Saints Row 4 Re-Elected has been added to the extra catalogue. Saints Row was once a rival to GTA, yet over the years it became so over the top it was more of a caricature of its inspiration. Saints Row 4 Re-Elected is the 2015 version of the game with all DLC included, like a story of how the Saints saved Christmas. And there's one about literally going to hell to save the President of the United States. Yeah, it's really weird. We'll be collecting superpowers which let us jump for miles and even spread wings and fly, and we'll have so many weapons to choose from, like a minigun attached to a chair. If you're up for some silly dumb fun, Saints Row 4 could be worth your time. Reviewers tell us it's an 8 out of 10 game, but that was all the way back in 2013. Next, Ubisoft Games. The partnership between Sony and Ubisoft means we'll regularly receive games you'll know of. And to begin with, there's not one, there's not two, there's 5 Assassin's Creed games. Black Flag, Unity, Rogue, Freedom Cry, and the Ezio collection, which is actually another 3 games. Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. And that includes 2 short films as well. So 9 Assassin's Creed experiences for you to choose from. The gameplay was more about staying out of sight in these older games and using your hidden blade sparingly, unlike the modern games, but if you want to go in headfirst, it's still an option. Black Flag is the most unique of all these games, as it's set during the golden age of piracy. The story in Black Flag has us reliving some great pirate moments from history, and you can even become your own version of Jack Sparrow as you explore the Caribbean. Some of these titles are very old now. The first time we saw Ezio was 2009, and a lot of gaming standards have changed in those 13 years. So keep that in mind if you choose to relive Assassin's Creed history. But wait, there's more. Marvel's Avengers drops on both PS4 and PS5, an action-adventure game that received a great deal of negative press due to how lackluster the endgame content was. But let's try and turn this frown upside down. The campaign, the story, doesn't get enough love. If you're a fan of the Avengers, I do recommend playing through it. Miss Marvel is the glue that keeps the story pushing forward as the Avengers all reunite. And also, there's been a ton of updates since its release, including Spider-Man. And now in multiplayer mode, you can all pick the same character. So lots of Spider-Mans. As it's the first month of PS Plus Extra, we get the biggest game you can imagine. Paw Patrol on a roll. Okay, I'm sure you've noticed, we're entering into games I know nothing about, so if any of the following games are worth our time, please let us know in the comments below. Maybe you'd like to play Jumanji the video game. You could be The Rock or Jack Black. What more could you want? How about Ice Age Scrat's Nutty Adventure? Or ReadySet Heroes on PS4? Or maybe Spirit of the North, a game in the same vein as Journey, without any direction or dialogue, and some would say without any narrative at all. Okay, so that's all 15 games and DLCs added to Extra this month, arriving on July 19th. Let me know your thoughts and if you'd like this series to continue. I'm Adam, you're awesome. I'll see you next time.